Hey guys, it's Maymay and my trusty sidekick,
Shannon.
So we had a thought, what if we call Thursday night shows our Craft About It shows? You know, we were calling our Thursday afternoon lives Craft O'Clock, but since we're not doing those anymore, we thought this needed its own name. So how about the Thursday night Craft About?
I love it.
I think it's cute. We craft about something every time, so
Yeah.
What are we crafting about this time?
Robots.
We went a little robot crazy, didn't we?
Yeah, but it's fun.
It is fun. So Shannon and I saw a robot in December. I think we saw, yeah.
Yeah.
That is, so we saw this robot when we were getting ready to do Orange You Glad It's Christmas series. And I was like, we need a robot stamp set. So we stopped the presses, ran to Sylvia and said, we need a robot. And she made us one and we love it. And so today we're going to feature it. You're going to love this. You're going to love this. So today we're making these. Look at this bowl of little robot treats. Now, let me tell you what they are. They are Build-A-Bots, basically. So you have this little guy on the front, and when you flip him over, we've got Build a Robot, and you can use this bag of goodies to build a robot. And we actually were able to get 2 robots out of here.
Yes.
And this idea started from Kim Byers on Pinterest, and I'm going to make sure we link that post below for you guys. She made the little robots, and I just went, oh, what if we packaged them up and made them for little giveaways for Valentines? And so that's what we're going to do for you today. So the only other thing we want to mention, we forgot to mention when we were filming, is be sure when you do any of these projects we're showing, you're using food safe bags and food safe products. It was mentioned to me in my last video, and I typically say that, and I forgot to. So I want to make sure we make that clear. Anything else we need to say today?
Have fun.
All right, here we go. Okay, so to start our treat bag toppers, we're going to need 2 pieces of 12 by 12 cardstock, and we're kind of going to as many as this guy. Let me show you what I mean. This guy we're going to stamp on, so he doesn't have to be white, but I'm going to use a white piece today for my stamping, and this one is going to be our border. I just thought that our treat bag needed a little bit of color, so that's what we're going to do. So let's start by cutting this one down. And when I say as many as, we're going to use every bit of this cardstock. That's what I mean by that. So I'm going to start by cutting this at 6 inches. And then the pieces we want are going to be 4 inches. So we can get 9 of these treat bags from 1 piece of cardstock. So I'm going to do 4 here and then another 4. Now I'm going to tell you something. This piece is not going to get really used very well. It is just going to be the border, okay? So if you don't want to use a whole piece of cardstock for this, just do a 1 sheet situation. Just do some color with your stamping and it'll be fine. I just wanted a little pink border, so that's where we're going to do that. Okay, for your white piece, or for the piece you're going to stamp on, you're going to cut first at 5 3/4. That's 1 strip, and then we're going to take that second piece and cut it down to 5 3/4, just like so. And then I can stack these up, and we're going to cut these down to 3 3/4. So you can kind of see what I'm doing. These are going to nest on top of our pink pieces and give us that little 1/8 of an inch border all the way around. So again, if that little border, if that's kind of a wasted piece for you and you don't want to do that, I completely understand. As you know, when we're giving treats to youngsters, they typically don't hold on to this stuff. You know, they typically throw the scraps away when they're done or whatever. So if you don't want to use a whole piece behind it, I get it. But I think it'll be cute to have that pink border. And I'm even considering doing a little border punching here. So I think it'll really add to the final product. But you do you, okay? And if you just want to do this as a scrap buster, just dig into your scraps and find some pieces that are 3 3/4 by 5 3/4 and make your bag toppers from that. In case you don't want to use that extra piece of pink paper underneath, you can do kind of the same thing with just a marker. If you take, not that end, I want you to take the chisel tip, okay? And this is our little piece that we're working with. If you take your marker and lay this on like a piece of, you know, this is just some packaging from the trash, you can take your marker and just run it right down the side, and you don't really have to worry if it's perfect, okay? Just kind of run it around the edge like this. That chisel tip kind of grabs and kind of stays where you put it. So if you don't want to use that extra piece of paper behind, this is a good alternative. Again, I'm going to use it because I think it's cute. And for me, it's just the way I want to go with it. But this is a good cost-saving alternative. And see, you kind of get the same look. Pretty cool, right? You can do that on cards as well. We need to do a little scoring. Now, you could do this before you do the cuts, but I think this is just as easy and it won't take that long. So I'm just going to score it right here. And what I want to do is I want to score down 2 inches on all my pieces. That's going to be where we fold it over our bag topper. So 2 inches. And we're doing that on all the pieces, even the pink underside pieces. And this also will help us establish our stamping space. This is where we're going to be stamping now. We know we don't have to stamp back there. All right, I'm going to do the pink ones the same way, just at 2 inches, and then we'll move on to stamping. I think in that last clip I said we'd move on to stamping. I'm going to do some punching first because I want to do that while everything's nice and flat. I think I'm going to use my ticket stub punch. Let me grab it right here. And I think I want this to look like a ticket stub on the corners, all of them. So I'm going to stack these guys up. I probably can do 3 at a time. This guy will do pretty good. I'm going to stack them up and use that stub punch on this corner and this one as well. I think I'll do the back too. Or maybe I won't. You know why I might not do the back? Because I'm going to be gluing our little PDF piece down here, and it's not shaped like that. So I think I'll leave this part flat and just do the fronts like this. So let me get these done really quick. And then I want these to match, so I'm going to do them the same, just the 2 front corners. And you'll notice that it's not the short part, it's the longer part that I'm doing. This will be the part that shows on the front. So instead of border punching, which I thought I would do, I think I'm just going to do this because I think this looks very Valentine-y. Let me show you. And then if you have to make a bunch of these, maybe you're making, you know, 20 or 30 for a class, that's a pretty quick process. Trying to border punch all of these would take a long time, so this is a good way to do it. All right, I don't want to fold these yet. I want to do my stamping and my gluing of my little piece on the back before I fold, so let's do that. I got everybody scored and punched, and there's one thing I need to say. I told you were getting 9 of these from a piece of cardstock. You're not. You're getting 6. You already figured that out. You were way ahead of me. I've had too many lifesavers today, y'all, but so it's 6, not 9. So for this little treat bag, I've created for you this little PDF to put onto the little backs of the bag, and I'll show you where that's going to go. This tells the recipient of the treat bag that they can use this bag of gears and pieces and parts to make their own robot sweet treat. Use your imagination to design your robot and then snack away on your creation. What I think is important is notice I didn't put like Valentine's Day or hearts on this PDF because Shannon made a point. She's like, this would be great for a birthday party. So if you wanted to use it for something like that, you can, or any party where you have kids that want to build a robot. Or look, adults are super fun. So I just cut them apart so that all the little dots show around the edges, and then you're going to glue them like this. Now, this is why this is important, okay? You want to make sure you glue them where they'll be facing correctly on the back of the bag. If you glue them with the robot, build a robot at the top, they'll be upside down. So I wanted to make sure I point that out. You want to make sure you do it this way. So when this gets folded over the bag, it's being read correctly. Cute, right? Here we go. All right, I'm going to be using my VersaFine Clair Morning Mist color. I want to do my robot in gray. This is another way to add color to your little project is by doing different colors in your stamping. So I have placed, I want you to see, I placed my robot way off to the side over here because I want to put a sentiment on this side. And this little robot comes from our newest set called aBOT. I love this set. I think it is so adorable. I couldn't wait to use it again today. And so what we're going to do is ink him up in gray and send him over. Now I'm using a textured cardstock, so he's not going to be a solid, perfect image, and no one's going to care, especially a child. They won't care. Actually, I think it's kind of cute. It adds a little texture. So you'll see here how he's not super solid. Now I could stamp him several times and fill him in better, but I think that's fine. I just don't believe anybody's going to judge him. I think he's cute. So let's get all of those stamped. Now the next stamp I want to do is this little heart. This little pixelated heart is made so you can stamp it inside of his little tummy, and I love that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to place this guy here, and I'm going to stamp him in kind of a pink, like a bright pink, and I'm going to do him on every one. So see how this is a cute way to add kind of the look of layers without having to do a lot of layers. Just use your inks and your stamps to make that happen. Let's put that back in there. Good. I'm going to be using Charming Pink from VersaFine. Again, this paper's textured, so I'm not going to stress if it doesn't make a perfect image. I am using my mini impressible. I realized on camera you can't see what's under my hand. When I use the full size one, you can see it, but the mini kind of goes away. But isn't that adorable? I love these minis. Look how cute he is. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's keep going. All right, we're going to add even more color with the sentiment. So I've squeezed my little sentiment in that says, how aBOT a little treat. That's going to go right there. I'm going to pick it up on the Misty, and I'm going to use purple. I think that'll be cute to add a little more color. And I'm using Fantasia from VersaFine Clair. All right, I'm going to add a little bit more from the stamp set. I'm going to add the words beep, bop, and boop. I think this will be cute. So here's the word beep, and then bop. I'm using like every color it feels like. And that's good because this is for kids and kids like color. So here's Boop. I think that'll be cute. And you could keep going. There's so many little things on the stamp set to use, but we're going to stop at that. So I'm going to run through and get these done, and we'll start assembling. Okay, so all of our pieces and parts are now ready to assemble. Let us show you what you need to put into the treat bag, and then we'll put these guys on. Okay, for your treat bag, this is what we chose to do. You can mix this up any way you want, but this is what we chose. So we have one of those jumbo campfire marshmallows. These are the kind that are the big, like this is the regular size and this is the big, huge size. So if you can't get this one, you might just want to give them multiples of the smaller size to make the body from. But what we did was gave them one huge one for the body, a couple here, one for the head, and this is just in case they mess one up. They really don't have to have two, but they might want a two-headed robot. It's up to them, right? Some eyeballs, some little minis for feet and hands, some pretzel sticks. And Shannon told me she added extra pretzel sticks in case they break or they want a snack while they're going. Little bit of mini M&Ms. These little candies are actually candy necklaces that we broke apart. And the cool thing is you can get those on like a, I think it's a 6 or an 8 pack in the birthday supply section. And they're really affordable. They're like 97 cents for all those. So those go a long way. These are mini Skittles, some gummy Lifesavers, and just a little bit of, this is Airhead. What is this called actually?
Airhead Extremes.
Airhead Extremes. Look at this. It's like a little tape. And we just cut it down into little pieces. You can do whatever you want. We actually found a photo on Pinterest from like 2012. I'll share that link for you guys to see the photos because it's really cute, and that's kind of what I went with as my inspiration. Now, this is an extra piece that we added, and I think it is adorable. This is a little container of frosting. Now, Shannon is going to show you how to make this little cone in a little video clip next, but this little guy will go in so they can assemble with the frosting when they get together for assembly time. So let Shannon show you how to put that together.
Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to make your little icing bag. This icing bag I found on Wilton's YouTube, so I will show you an easy way to make one. We're going to use some parchment paper. And we're going to cut this down to 8 by 8. And I'm just trying to get some straight lines here so you can make yourself a square and then turn it into a triangle. Once you have an 8 by 8 square, I use the trimmer because it just makes it a little easier to line corner to corner up and make a triangle-ish. And this will give you 2 piping bags. Now, all you're going to do is, I'll show you, they did it left and right, either way. Have the triangle pointing towards you, and you're going to bring one corner over and twist it around to where the point meets the point. Then take this one around the other side, and you're just basically making a cone. Then they said to twist these till it makes this M. And once you have that, then all you have to do is fold this in. Then you have a little piping bag. Once you get that folded in, they did the old-fashioned, I guess, I don't know if it's old-fashioned, we used to do in school, where if you didn't have a stapler, you tore the little edge and folded it over to just kind of help hold it in place. Then once you have that, we're going to be using this Wilton decorating icing. You can just get some. They don't need a whole lot of icing to glue all their goodies together or onto their marshmallows. So just pick you up some, stick it down in there and scrape it off. And it will stick, but all you have to do is just keep moving it around. It won't come all the way apart though. Put you a little more down in there. Then lay this guy down. Don't worry if you have any on the edges, it'll be fine. Fold a corner over, fold another corner over, and then roll the top down. And this will, if you got icing across the top too, that will start drying on there and help to seal your little baggie up. And then once they get it, they can snip the little edge off and basically have a little icing pouch. And there is your cute little packable icing.
All right, so this is what we did. We just piled it all in the bag, okay? Because remember, it's pieces and parts for them to use with the little frosting. Are y'all kidding me? How cute is that little frosting bag? And then, I don't know if Shannon mentioned this in the video, but that frosting I found at Walmart. It's the Wilton Stiff frosting. I think she did show you, but we'll make sure to link those products for you in case you're looking for them. By the way, this video is not sponsored by Wilton. We just used several of their products this time. So, all right, I'm going to fold the top of this over, and I'm going to pull over our little pieces we made. I'm going to use a stapler today. I love this little guy. I keep it handy on my desk. I like having it. One thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to glue these together. I don't really see a need to do that. I'm going to fold this one down to be my backer piece. I'm going to fold this one over it. And the reason I'm not going to glue them down is because sometimes I get a little resistance when I do that, and I don't think it's necessary here. And also because I just want it to have a little bit of body to it. So I'm going to put this right over my folded little treat bag, like so. And because this side is kind of big, I'm going to fold my bag at an angle, so it's a little bit off, but it'll work, because I want my little topper here to sit kind of straight. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm just going to staple this into place. So here and here. What's cool about this too is a staple's kind of fits the theme. It's kind of mechanical, you know. Look how cute that is. Okay, so here's this side, and when we flip it over, build a robot. I love this. I think this is adorable. Let me make 6 of them total real quick. So look at our cute little robot treat bags. Aren't they adorable? I just thought of something while I was doing this. If you don't want your staple to show, which I think it's cute, you could always staple the pink underneath and then glue this on top once you have that set. But I think this is super cute. You could have these in a basket or on like a 3-tier riser on the table when the kids arrive, or you can pass them out. How easy is this? And look how everything's so easily contained inside. But I know what you're thinking. You're like, yeah, but what does it look like when we assemble a robot? Well, we couldn't wait for you to ask. So Shannon and I are going to assemble some robots for you guys to see. right, you guys, here's our robots we made. I made mine laying down. Shannon did a sitting up little guy. Look how stinking cute these are. And we realized we had enough to make a little buddy too. So I did a little like partner.
It's supposed to be a living cat.
And Shannon did a row cat. It's a kitty cat. Listen, we've decided that we think we're just trying to find excuses for us to get to eat icing on Thursday. So apparently that's what we're doing.
You know.
Look how little, but I want to show you how little you need. So if you even wanted to put less in it than that, you could. You don't need a lot, but I think it's really, really cute. And I think the kids will love this. Now, I have a tip for you, and I think Shannon would share. When they squeeze it, tell them to put their thumb back here and squeeze like that. Their thumb on the seam will really help hold it down. Because when we got started, we just kind of went squish, and it all wanted to come out the back. I just grabbed mine quicker. So fortunately, I grabbed it quick.
I did not.
Because it will squeeze out. But put their thumb here and then have them squeeze like that, and it'll do just fine.
So they really just need like maybe a tablespoon of icing.
Maybe a tablespoon.
Maybe.
And they end it with this. And then they have their little snack. I just think these are adorable. I hope you guys are liking them too. Okay, you guys. How fun was that?
Oh my gosh, I love it.
We really had a good time with this one. I do think we're just trying to find ways to eat frosting, but still. We had fun. We didn't eat too much sugar today. Not so far. We still have to consume this guy, right? How many children would love this project?
They're so cute. Noah would never eat it. He would just like take it home and set it on his shelf.
That's it. We just have to shellac it.
Yes.
Just put it in a shadow box. I love the idea. I'm so grateful that Kim Byers posted these little guys on Pinterest. Y'all, it was like in 2012 or something she made that post. Yes. But that's what I love about the internet. When you need something that's out there, and we enjoyed putting these little guys together. So you can see from bag to robot. And we even had little buddies, but we can't hold our little buddies and these at the same time. But aren't they cute? All right, guys, if you enjoy these videos, we are enjoying making these kind of videos for you. If you're enjoying them, give us a big thumbs up and let us know. Another thing that I rarely ask you to do, but these kinds of videos, I think a lot of people can find something in them. So if you like these videos, think about sharing it with your friends on your social media. That would be awesome. And don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, bye now. Your robots are always cuter than mine. Beep, 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 beep.